Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So we have a new E-Flite F-16. I have it set up exactly like my previous one. So I'll go over a couple of mods that I've done. First of all, you can see I'm running a 7,000 pack, but I'm running it very far back. This is the normal battery area. You can see here I've carved out a little section to slide the battery back as far back as you can get it. I know this isn't pretty, but there's a bunch of wires under here and there's nowhere to put them. So I got that covered up with some tape, but basically you mount the receiver farther back and you move the battery back so you can get CG pretty close. Even still, I have a couple ounces of lead in the tail. Now this battery in this location will get you factory CG without adding lead to the tail, but I like the CG farther back. I believe the stock is around here and I'm about a ½ inch behind that. So another modification is I have added, and it's going to be hard to see, but I've added a mylar tailpipe to extend from the foam, there we go, from the foam out to the outside. Normally the exhaust opens up in this section, so it changes volume in there. So to keep from doing that and to reduce the tailpipe diameter just a little bit, made a mylar tailpipe, and I got a flattened out chunk of lead back here. It's 2.5 ounces, and that's what I used with the 7,000. Now I'd had a subscriber ask about my mixing, because I do have flaperons and I also have something to help get a little more angle of attack at high alpha. So in order to run flaperons, you need to get an 8-channel receiver. So I've got an 8-channel AS3X receiver in it, so there's our flaps. Now I have my elevator flap mix for high alpha stuff mixed with the gear switch. So when I hit the gear switch to go up, it activates it. So you can see here my ailerons go up a little bit with the elevator, and that's to help increase angle of attack. And honestly, it flies excellent that way. And everyone likes things different. So I was going to show on the radio where that is, or how I did it. So it's in mixing, and it's just a elevator flap mix, and I have it on switch A, and I'm at 75% on both sides. I might go a little less on the down because I don't really need it for that. In fact, let me turn that down a little bit. Oh. Anyways, I'll mess with that later. So I'll fine tune it because I have changed a couple of things, but that's the mix. It's very simple. So you basically mix the flap with the elevator, not the other way around. So mix like that. I got 75% in it. I might go a little less, might go a little bit more as I play with it, but yeah, that's the mix I have. So to my subscribers, sorry it took so long to get you that information. All right guys, so we're gonna give you a little demo flight with the fresh E-Flite F-16 with the 8-channel and the flaperons. We went over some of the setup stuff and the modifications that I did to it at the beginning. So I've had one of these F-16s for, geez, I can't remember. It's been probably close to a year. And I forgot just how much fun these airplanes are, and I won't be getting rid of this one. It is a good time. All right. Timer start. 5 minutes with the 7,000. Protocol takeoff. A bit of back pressure. Rotates real nice. With full throttle, it tends to pin the nose, and so you get a much more abrupt rotation. So I could try and keep it right around half throttle. Actually, is about where it took off that time. Alright, so here we go. We're going to do a square loop for you guys. Coming down. And one of the more fun things to do with this airplane is the high alpha flying. I'm going to slow it down here. We have a little bit of wind now, so. Time remaining 4 minutes. And with the CG back from recommended, it'll see pretty nice high alpha. So Gray paint scheme definitely blends in well with the hazy sky. So I actually plan to paint this airplane in the YF-16 paint scheme, which I know is super overdone as much as a Thunderbird paint scheme. But there's a reason for that. I'm going to scratch build a twin 70 YF-17. If you don't know any of the history behind the YF-16 and the YF-17, I suggest you do a little Google search. So I want to have both the airplanes so I can take them to events and have them park next to each other.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Let's do a loop here. See performance with the 7000 and the exhaust modification is pretty dang good. For an out of the box model. I'll give you guys a high-speed downwind pass here. The nice thing with the 7000s is I can fly it for more than 3 minutes. Moving along pretty good. One of the things I love about this model is the slow rolls and the inverted transitions. So give you guys a 3/4 power slow roll here. And we'll bring it back around.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Inverted transition. Pushed a little too hard on it that time. Performing really well, even with the extra weight of the 7000 and the tail weight. So let me give you guys touch and go here. This thing's a lot of fun to do landings with, especially with the flap-ons. It slows way down. And it'll get to a pretty high alpha too, even with the flaps out. And get slowed down, get the nose up. Oh, that was ugly. Spoke too soon. See? Everyone does crappy landings sometimes. Alright. You see, even at the end of the flight, it's got plenty of power to do aggressive go-arounds.
20 seconds.
And the wind went away on us too, so I think there's a thermal blowing through, which is pretty typical for this time of day here. 10. I mean, you can see just how aggressive you can fly the airplane with no bad habits. So, no tip stalls, nothing crazy. Even with the CG pushed way back like it is. Alright, let's see the landing. So we're over 5 minutes now. Oh, get some crosswind down there. Got some weird winds right now. You get thermals blowing through here all the time once it warms up like this. So anyways, you see the E-Flite F-16 is a lot of fun. It'll do great fast maneuvers, it'll do great slow maneuvers, and once you get the CG back and do a couple of those little mods to get a little more performance out of it and start using the 7000 to get you some decent flight times, it's a really fun airplane. So. Anyways, hope you guys liked it, and we'll see you in the next one.